So the title of this very research report is Legislative Violence, Sonic Therapeutic Intervention Approach. Again, my name is Vasudev Das, and my doctorate, my PhD program is in Applied Management and Decision Sciences from Walden University here in the United States. Introduction. Legislative violence in the United States is a cause for great concern since the entire global village looks up to the United States for emulation. Whatever a great man does, the common man follows. The world power of the whole world, so whatever we do, people will emulate. House of Representatives Ethics Committee received a complaint of former Speaker McCarthy elbowing Representative Tim Burchett in November 2023. The need for nonpartisan and state-of-the-art preventive strategies for congressional violence becomes imperative. Low self-control, the main etiology of legislative violence, has wreaked havoc on Congress, on the U.S. Congress specifically. Sonic therapeutic interventions effectively promote high self-control, according to Prabhupada 2020. Background of the study. Violence in Congress is a pre-antebellum American occurrence. In other words, it's been an old-age phenomenon in America and and all over the world. Over 70 legislative violence transpired from 1930 to 1960. This is from Freeman 2018. Representative Roger Griswold and Representative Matt Leon fought on 15 February 1798 on the United States House of Representatives floor with canes and fire tongues. Speaker John Wilson of the Arkansas House of Representatives stabbed Representative J.J. Anthony to death on 4 December 1837 during a legislative dispute on the floor of the chamber. All crimes and antisocial behavior, including legislative violence, are due to low self-control. This is the general theory of crime propounded by Gottfriedson and Hitchie. Research on sonic therapeutic intervention for legislative violence prevention is negligible. And so this basically, it implies this study fills the gap in the literature. Definition of concepts. Post-conventional consciousness is the attained state of awareness wherein a human does not align with the dictates of the unruly mind. This is from Vasudev 2021. Willpower is the applied control in doing something or restraint of impulses. Sonic therapeutic intervention is self-administered transcendental sound vibrations that engender a positive social change. This study-specific sonic intervention is the 32-syllable Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Violence is said to have occurred when we hurt individuals or groups. This is according to the American Psychological Science Association. And also here been put on by Tosh in 1992. A problem statement. Congress often does not recognize the value of sonic therapeutic intervention in preventing legislative violence. The United States legislators' involvement in violent acts undermines their status as upholders of law and order. The general problem is that violence is all-pervasive in human society, and the specific problem here is that the Congress of the United States is embroiled in violence. Representative Roger Griswold and Rep Matt Lyon fought on February 1798 on the United States House of Representatives floor with hickory cane and forceps. Although congressional violence has been skyrocketing, non-partisan and cost-effective preventive strategies are not being put in place. A problem continued. Congressional violence is more vehemently condemned than ordinary citizens' violence, since legislators are the beacons of law and order. Whatever action a legislator performs, members of their constituency will follow, and whatever standards a legislator sets by exemplary acts, all the nation pursues. This is from Prabhupada, 2020. Representative Preston Brooks on May 22, 2020, on May 22, 1856, walked over to Senator Charles Zuma and beat him in the head with a cane until he became unconscious. This hermeneutic phenomenological study on sonic therapeutic intervention for preventing legislative violence fills the lacuna in management literature. Purpose of this study: grounded on Gottfriedson and Hitch's self-control and Prabhupada's sonic therapeutic intervention frameworks, the researcher explored the lived experiences of 8 sonic therapeutic intervention practitioners on how STI, or sonic therapeutic intervention, prevents legislative violence. This hermeneutic phenomenological study fills the gap in leadership literature. Research questions. The overarching research in this research question in this study is: how does sonic therapeutic intervention prevent legislative violence? Sub-questions: in what ways does reciting the 32-syllable Hare Krishna Maha Mantra mindfully and softly facilitate self-control? What is the metacognitive time frame to practice this STI and attain high self-control, which would prevent violence? Methodology, we chose a qualitative method in this research. The design is hermeneutic phenomenology, data source, semi-structured interviews, and relevant documents review. Sampling strategy, snowballing samples. Keywords: character development, consequentiality consciousness, demonstrable self-control, high emotional intelligence, and self-regulation. Data collection and analysis, semi-structured interviews, and review of relevant documents enable data generation, databases, business source, etc. Data was analyzed and thematically triangulated for validity. Results: 7 themes emerged from the study's data analysis. Namely, sonic therapeutic intervention enables consequentiality awareness, enhanced emotional intelligence, high self-control, post-conventional consciousness, pro-supramundane values, self-regulation, and willpower enhancement. The 7 themes facilitated the prevention of legislative violence. Positive social change implications of the study include a culture of consequentiality, mindfulness in Congress, leading with emotional intelligence in Congress, minimization of the phenomenological mindset of legislators. What I mean by phenomenological mindset here is this whole bizarre idea that whatever is within our purview, within our jurisdiction, is meant for us to exploit and enjoy. Or we have control over everybody else or everything else, whereas we can't even control our emotions. Self-control, legislative leadership, values-based exemplary leadership in Congress, and the enhanced mental health of legislators. In most cases, these violence situations cannot be disconnected, related to mental health issues. So this, one of the positive social change implications is that this study, there is the high probability of enhancing mental health of legislators. Conclusion: the overarching problem was that Congress often did not recognize STI for preventing legislative violence. Researchers really beamed their searchlights on sonic therapeutic intervention for forestalling congressional violence. The qualitative hermeneutic phenomenological study results show that STI facilitated legislative violence prevention by enabling high self-control, post-conventional mindfulness, willpower improvement, enhanced emotional intelligence, and consequentiality consciousness. A positive social change include character development, enhancement, self-control leadership, self-regulatory leadership, values-based exemplary leadership, and phenomenological mindset minimization. That's it. Have references. Bunch of references to there. And maybe there are some questions or comments. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Das. Thank you very much for sharing 3 valuable researchers that you have done with us. Thank you very much, and it was really very informative. And thank you for selecting our conferences, Dr. Das. We already have you in several conferences, and it's really a great pleasure for us that you are a recurring just a participant of our conferences, and it's a great honor for us.
Thank you.